you all for being here tonight for our regular council meeting, City of East Ridge, July 13th, 2017. We are still a little bit late, but we're getting better. We're making up time. So, again, thank you for being here tonight. It's good to have Mr. Manning with us tonight. If you wouldn't mind coming forward and leading us in our invocation and pledge to the flag. Everyone would please stand.
Let us pray, please. Our Heavenly Father, we come to you today, Lord. We thank you for the opportunity. Lord, thank you for everything you've done for each and every one of us, Father. God, watch over the council and each one involved of our city, Lord, and to watch over them. Give them the right choice, do the right thing for each folks, Lord, here. In Jesus' name we humbly pray. Amen. I pledge to the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Get the roll call, please.
Mayor Lambert.
Here.
Vice Mayor Stoll.
Here.
Councilmember Cagle.
Here.
Councilmember Alton. Here. Councilmember Williams.
Here.
City Manager Miller.
Here.
City Attorney Letcher.
Here.
I trust everyone has had an opportunity to review the items in the consent agenda. That would be the minutes from the June 22nd agenda work session, as well as the minutes from the June 22nd regular council meeting. We have a motion in regard to the consent agenda. Motion approved. Second. We have a motion and a second to approve. We can have the roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Stoll.
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Alton.
Yes.
Councilmember Williams.
Yes.
Mayor Lambert.
Yes. At this time, we will entertain communication from citizens. If you are a resident or business owner here in the City of East Ridge, and you have a comment, question, or concern you'd like to bring to the council, this would be your opportunity to do so. You'll come forward to one of the two microphones here at the front and state your name and address for the record. You'll have 5 minutes. I believe we do have one who signed in. Mr. C.D. Roden, Jr., 1336 Blocker Lane.
My name is Dave Roden. I go by C.D. Roden. The reason I want to address the council, I want to find out if there's an energy code in the national code or the National Mechanical Code that was adopted, whether it was the Southern Standard Code or whether it's part of the other, where you adopted the codes. I didn't write them down, but there seemed to be an energy. I remember an energy code within that specified a number of things, but primarily with respect to the indoor temperature versus outdoor temperature, or summer and winter, and why there should be a dead band between the winter temperature of 68 degrees and the summer temperature of 78 degrees. And that's what was recommended as a way to save energy and still keep people comfortable. And the reason I ask this is when I sit in the library, they tell me you got to bring a sweater. Well, it's 95 degrees. I'm not carrying a sweater, right? But or whatever it got up to, I don't know. It was in 95, 92, 102.
It was hot.
It was hot. Nonetheless, to sit in there very long if you're on a computer, and they have to leave the temperature set at 70 degrees in the little room with thermostat in order to keep what ends up being like 68 degrees outside of that little room. And it's too cold. I can barely talk right now. But it's anytime you've got more than 15 or 20 degrees, difference between inside and outside temperatures, it's not healthy. And not only that, but it's costing me and every other taxpayer in East Ridge a little extra money to do that, and this doesn't make sense. And the people who work there have to wear sweaters or coats to stay in that little room they keep 70 degrees. And I wonder if, I don't know who's responsible, I don't know if it's, it just, it's too cold in there. And I know that energy can be saved by raising the temperature. I don't know if it's specified in the code as to what's acceptable, but I would think 75 degrees would be adequate, but 78 is recommended to save energy.
I've never heard of, the code doesn't specify specifically what is good for winter, what's good for summer.
Right.
If it's too cold in the library at 70, then it should be raised to 72. But I have never heard of going to 78.
Well,
I spent 15 years in Florida, and 78 was
it
never.
was one of the recommendations to the state of Louisiana that I worked.
I understand
I worked for a
Louisiana.
consulting engineer that provided energy conservation reports to that state for a number of their buildings. I think it was maybe a dozen buildings, and they got paid a lot of money, $100,000 per report. So they made a lot of money. We didn't make any money. We were on that in the field. Oh, we covered our expenses.
They paid $100,000 for a report like that. Sounds like somebody paid a little bit too much for something.
But it could be.
You know, the temperature
in Louisiana, I can't
temperature in
comment
any
on
room,
politics.
temperature in any room or in a building it shouldn't get down below 70, because now you're really talking about cold air.
Well,
But usually temperatures range during the summertime in buildings between 70 and 74, and that's a comfort level that's been set. The head librarian would be the one that would set the temperature in the library. That would be comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, you like 78, but
No, I'm not saying I like 78. I said it was recommended as a way to reduce energy. And one of the things, when the report was prepared for the state of Louisiana, they looked at a number of things, all right? First was energy conservation measures, things that could be done without spending money. And they first looked at, in order of increasing paybacks, or in other words, the energy conservation measures that they did cost money had to be in order of decreasing payback. And so things that might cost a little bit more to put caulking and weather stripping in, but they knew it would save, and they had to quantify it. And there were a lot of things they looked at. They looked at outside air recirculation of 100% outside air when it was feasible, when the outside air temperature was such that you could still cool or heat the building by just recirculating, as opposed to minimum fresh air required for occupancy. And that was one of the things. They looked at a number of them. But the first thing it said was, well, change your temperature between 68 and 78, allow a dead band that you don't have to operate mechanical refrigeration or heating in that dead band. And
We appreciate it.
I don't know if this was a codified solution or, I mean, the energy code has some specifications and I don't know what they are. But,
We appreciate it very much. Appreciate you bringing your concern to us, and we will certainly check it out and see what we can find out.
you know, like I said, 25 to 30 degrees is just a bit much between inside and inside. Now, when you first come in, it feels good when you're out in the heat. You're walking across that black parking lot, it feels good for about 5 minutes and then it's too cold.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Do we have another? Yes, sir. It's good to see you.
Archie Current, 3235 Orient Trail. August 27th, year 2015, I spoke about litter,
Yes.
which is not composed of this one. Made a motion, pass it, to put up a banner on both ends of Ringo Road, take pride in it, double litter. I haven't seen a banner.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Bring it up.
No, I appreciate that very much. You know, the state of Tennessee also has just introduced a new program it's a new ad campaign, I guess, that is targeting littering. I don't know if you've seen some of the billboards around town, but it's, one of them is a lady with a guitar or some kind of instrument. Said something like litter bugs got no soul or something. And so the state of Tennessee is also doing a little ad campaign. I wonder if we can piggyback off of that a little bit. But yes, sir, you're exactly right. This council voted to do that. Sure did. So, you know, it's a shame. It's one of those things that it's a shame that there would have to be any kind of city action to just keep people from throwing trash on the roads. But unfortunately, there is a need. But thank you. Do we have anyone else? Yes, sir.
First, let me say I'm talking as a taxpayer. Okay. 910, Denny Manning's at 910 Sunnydale Circle. And I'd like to ask a question, maybe one of y'all can answer. I had heard it was fixed to put sod on the baseball fields, not Chuck Nunners, but the Wood Brothers. And I was going to ask a question, maybe you can answer it, or maybe the city manager one can answer it. If it flooded down there, if we put sod on it,
Let me stop right there. The Wood Brothers aren't doing anything.
okay, I said,
We can't, Jordan. So,
okay, but if we put sod on them baseball fields, or if we put it, if we get flooded, where's the sod going to go? Is it going to stay there, or is it going to go down the creek with it?
I don't know about sod.
Are you talking about sod or artificial turf?
No, I'm talking about sod.
Sod is a good.
We already have sod.
Takes. Huh?
We already have sod on
We
our
already have
baseball
sod
field.
out in the fields.
All right, artificial turf, what about it? If you put it down, is it going to stay?
We have no plans to put artificial turf.
I didn't say we had, I said, that's what I had heard, that's what I was asking y'all.
No.
And I also heard that the Wood Brothers wanted, I think, $15,000 to do it.
Well, there was a story that was in the media last week that I think Roy Exum had written an article that was talking about a project that could take place in Camp Jordan. And at this point, there are talks going on. That's about where it's at. Ultimately, would I like to see artificial turf at Camp Jordan? I would, frankly. Now, where that goes, I don't know. You know, there are instances around town and other places, frankly, where artificial turf has been used in flood areas. Scrappy Moore Field, where the UTC Mocs play football, or the practice football. It has flooded, it has been underwater, and it's artificial turf. They have equipment and processes for cleaning it afterward. So, anyway, I would, ultimately, at some point, I would like to see it. What kind of, whether that happens, I don't know. What time frame that happens in, I don't know. So it's a lot of unanswered questions at this point.
Okay. I'm not saying I'm against it, all I'm asking, if it floods, will we lose it? I think anything we do to Camp Jordan, heck it, we need to. But I'm not against putting the sod down there, which one you gonna do, artificial turf. I'm not against that, I just want to know if it flooded, would it stay there, or would it go with the water when it goes out? That's all I was asking. Now, I'm not against it, I just want to know that question.
Depends on the type of turf that you put down.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Communication from council members. Mr. Petty, do you have any
Yes,
reports?
I'd like to recognize the animal shelter, their employees, taking care of the cat deal over in Canton. They had a feral cat problem over there. Neighbors called and they come down and they took care of it real good. And right now, I understand they've got another problem over there. And they are helping on that. And I hope those girls enjoyed all those cupcakes. And also, I was at the planning commission the other night, and it was nice seeing Miss Pruitt back sitting up there in her seat.
Right.
So,
It had been probably a year or so. She's been dealing with some health issues, physical issues, and so she was back for her return meeting, and it was very good to see her. Indeed. Thank you. Mr. Sue?
Speaking of animal control, I would like to maybe start kind of looking into fixing a new facility somewhere in the city.
Yeah, we're looking at that.
We need to do that. And all that.
Okay. Ms. Wood?
I agree about the animal shelter. We need to try to get started on
We have two animals in our house now. I'm not referring to myself.
You broke down, huh?
Yes. Just after Christmas, we adopted a puppy from the animal shelter. And yesterday, we saw pictures on Facebook, and we went and got a kitten yesterday. So, yeah, we're softies. We couldn't resist. And yes, we appreciate very much everything the animal shelter does. We're in that period of trying to introduce the two together. I hope they don't hurt each other. But we're very grateful for what the animal shelter does. They obviously meet a great need in the community, and they do a very fine job.
If I know you need some cats, I've got a bunch of them.
But we're starting from scratch. This little guy's about 8 weeks old. All right, well, I don't have anything else.
I have nothing, sir.
Okay. Well, with that, we will move into old business. Resolution 2670.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, awarding annual bids for street department materials for fiscal year 2017, 2018.
Yeah, we received no bids for topsoil, so what we'll have to do on that one is, when we need it, we'll just a couple calls out to those that have it and get it the cheapest price for that day. On the concrete block, Sequatchie Concrete, and for the drainage pipe, Bradley Tank and Pipe. We've been getting our concrete block from Sequatchie over the past several years, and Bradley Tank for the past several years. Prices are just about the same as have been in the past year or so.
Okay, do we have a motion in regard to Resolution 2670?
motion to approve both of these.
We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second? Second. Second from Mr. Sewell. Do we have any questions? Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Stoll,
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle,
Yes.
Councilmember Hilton. Yes. Councilmember Williams,
Yes.
Mayor Lambert.
Yes. Item is approved. New business, ordinance number 1048.
In order to the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, to amend the East Ridge City Code Title 13, Chapter 1, Section 13-104, subsection 5, cleanup at property owner's expense by adding subsection 5A, assessment of city's costs elevated.
a clarification on this, that I was trying to get to see this afternoon. Other than the collection of the cost for cutting the grass, we are also looking at first offense, a $100 administrative fee, second offense, $250 administrative fee, third offense, $500 administrative fee. The reason why we're adding this on there is we're not in the grass cutting business. If somebody has a house, has a lawn that's got, they need to maintain it. But what I need to say is the 100, 250, and 500 is within a year. It should be within a year. So you know, it's not season after season. You get 1, 2, 3 after 3 years, you get 500. Now you can start at 100, 250, 500 within the first cutting year. In the second cutting year, the first offense would be 100, then 250, and 500.
This is gonna be added on to the cost of the grass cutting.
Yes, sir. And what the letter will be modeled to basically tell people that. Because see, a lot of people look at it and says, what the heck, I'll pay $50 or $60 to have somebody come by and cut the grass. That's a deal. But you start adding on the administrative fee, this is a deterrent to them. We're not in the grass cutting business. People have to take responsibility for their products. You're gonna own one, you need to make sure it gets cut. If you've got somebody renting there, you need to make sure that they know somebody needs to cut that grass. Okay, am I correct?
That's correct.
That includes the city too, right? I believe that
Yes,
back door, just-
we've got, we've got some grass in some areas that are long, we're getting hammered. And one part, the reason why we're getting hammered is Kenny basically said they posted 40 lawns this week. So you can imagine 40 lawns being posted. How we've been doing this in the past is our public works goes out there and cuts those lawns, 40 lawns. So who's doing the work we need to be doing during this rainy season? Our stuff doesn't get done. That's why we're looking at contracting this out. You know, the rainy season we have coming on, we should be out there working drainage areas and fronts and making sure that our pipes are clean and clear during heavy rainstorms. We can't have trouble fitting that work in, so making a little change here. But the letters will have that responded so that they're well advised. I do believe when we send letters out, we send them to the owners and we send them to the renters.
Do we have a motion in regards to ordinance 1048?
Motion to approve ordinance 1048.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second. Are there any questions? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Stoll?
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle?
Yes.
Councilmember Hilton?
Yes.
Councilmember Williams?
Yes.
Mayor Lambert?
Yes. That item is approved. Item B, resolution 2665.
A resolution, the City Council, of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, approving photography bids for 2017-2018 sports season.
Our recommendation is that we approve a contract with Life Touch.
They have been doing this. They have been doing this service.
No, we've never done business with Life Touch. I have in the past, it being in the business that we're in. I have, Life Touch is the old mill, so to speak. It was a subsidiary of them. The difference is that we have done business with the other one in the past. The other company has a $36 package, and basically on the $36 package, they take everybody's picture, and you get so many magnets for your refrigerator, you get 2 buttons for your shirt, you get 2 5x7s and 8x10, and that's what you get. Well, photography has advanced so much with the apps that we have on our cell phones and stuff. It's different with Live Touch. Live Touch comes out, takes your pictures, and then all of it goes online, and you're given something to show where you go online and order what you want. So if the mayor wants to buy something now, and then maybe his wife sees that she wants to buy something at Christmas for grandma and granddad, that she still can go back online and do that. It's an ongoing thing. Plus, they do these pictures that you see that look like Hall of Fame pictures where they're fading in 2 or 3 different shots and things like that. Mamas and daddies will spend more money on that. So 25% of $100 is going to be better for us than 30% of $36. And we feel like that we'll sell more like this, and we feel like that the people will be able to deal with this better. So we think we're just offering a better product, is what we think we're doing.
All right, do we have a motion in regard to this resolution? Yes, sir.
So they do have the same products as our previous, like, they can do the magnets, they can do the buttons and all the things.
They can do anything they want. I mean, each year we've been having Colorcraft, and we've made more money on Colorcraft than anything else. Since I've been here, we've had school days. We had Jesse. We've also had, Colorcraft. We've had those. Colorcraft, for some reason, we make more money off, but they do these same type pictures we're talking about, where that you can buy a team picture with each kid holding his badge, and it's a big thing across. Same thing in soccer, you can do those, and instead of a team picture, you can do something fancy. But Colorcraft didn't bid this time because they're going into the church market. So all their photographers will be doing church pictures and stuff, so they didn't do it. But I am very familiar with Colorcraft. I am familiar with the guy that was bidding on this. He's been with Colorcraft for a long, long time. And they made a deal with us one time out at Boynton. This was back when we had about over 2,000 kids in just baseball and softball, where they gave us $10,000 up front just to get to shoot our stuff. But of course, we don't have that kind of money now. We don't have that many kids doing it. We don't shoot indoor soccer. But we just feel like it's the best of the two. Now, if y'all decide to go with the other one, we'll be fine. We'll make it. We've had it before.
What other ones did we get?
The 2 bids, we have school days.
Let's see one.
We only have one bid.
Well, no, we had 2 bids. We only recommended one.
Yeah, but you did not mention we had 2 bids.
And I was talking about both of them. Are you saying on that paper, does it say that?
Agenda memorandum does not say you received 2 bids.
We don't have that on there?
No, sir, here it is.
Yeah, that was the whole reason we didn't put it on last time, was because it was 2 bids, and I need to be here to explain it. That was the whole discussion. That was why that we wanted to make sure I was here.
What was the other bid from school days?
30 minute, Janet. Yeah, 30% from them and 25% from the Live Touch.
Yeah, okay, Live Touch. So of the 2, you feel that Live Touch is the better of the 2?
Well, I think we'll make more money and we offer a better package to our parents, and that's the main thing.
Well, I'm more interested in providing the service to the public.
That's what we need the parents to
That's
pass
what
on.
we're obtaining better
Yeah.
from Life Touch.
Yeah, that's what I'm
certainly
talking about,
fine with
yes.
that.
Yes.
Live Touch does all the schools, they contract for all the school systems, do all theirs, all private schools, they've got most of that so good.
Yeah, I always, when you're looking at what you're getting, I know you can sit there and say, well, School Days is offered 30% and Life Touch is offered 25%. Let's go with School Days, we make more money. But I want to get a better service.
That's-
for the people.
yes.
That's what's important to me for that 5%. I want people to feel like they're getting a good product and that we're providing the residents with a good product.
That's my whole plan. That's what we do on everything we do.
School days can't do the same thing live touches.
No, sir, they cannot. They've only gone one way they do business, and we did business with them before, that's the way we do business. They were in East Ridge, they moved down on,
Scruggs Road.
Scruggs Road, and, they were in East Ridge. They went down.
In Georgia.
Yeah, and then the year after they had to bid the first time, they forgot to bid the second time. Which also kind of made, they've been asking for, trying to do business for years. And they finally get in and they were in East Ridge business, and then the next year, they just didn't bid. And then when we said something to them about it, they said they forgot.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve with the Life Touch bid. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Stoll,
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle,
Yes.
Councilmember Hilton,
Yes.
Councilmember Williams,
Yes.
Mayor Lambert.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. That item is approved. Item C, Resolution 2671.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, authorizing the City of East Ridge to apply for and accept the TML Risk Management Pool Safety Partners Matching Grant Program.
Mayor and Council, this grant is the one that we go after every year. These are items that staff already purchases, safety boots, safety goggles, gloves, the safety green, the vest, the shirts, the employees wear. The amount has gone up for the last 2 years, last year and this year, to $3,000, which means staff would be purchasing $6,000 worth of equipment. It's already budgeted for, so there's no additional cost. And then we would receive that $3,000 back.
Do we have a motion in regard to item C, Resolution 2671?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Stoll,
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle,
Yes.
Councilmember Hilton,
Yes.
Councilmember Williams,
Yes.
Mayor Lambert.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. That item is approved. Item D, Resolution 2672.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, authorizing the city to accept a donation of soccer benches from Tennessee Oncology.
These are soccer benches they're used for the kids to sit on that are playing the games. They move all over the place. Somebody said, like, when at the last meeting when they were discussed, they talked about concrete men, you can't concrete men because you gotta move from one field to the other. And, if you've been involved in soccer, you might play long ways on the field today, you might play crossways on the field tomorrow. We gotta move the benches to work that out. Same thing with the big lacrosse tournament this weekend. So basically, these benches they'll have that logo on the side of the oncology, and they'll also have the CFC logo on them. That was part of the original deal as well. And so that's basically it. And they're buying them for us, and I wish they'd buy some more. And I hope that,
Maybe another organization will.
and I wanted to buy our lawnmower that we get on July the 1st every year too. I'm ready for that myself too. So,
Well, you mentioned they would be used not just for soccer, but lacrosse.
Yes, sir.
and other things. Since it's related, why don't you take about 30 seconds and tell us about the lacrosse tournament coming this weekend?
we're excited. We have the largest lacrosse tournament First, we heard it in Chattanooga, then we heard in Hamilton County, now we've heard in southeast Tennessee. And it started with about 50 teams a couple of years ago, we're up to 107. They had to stop at 107. An unheard of thing is gonna happen this weekend, and everybody that's dealt with me knows what unheard this is. I'm actually gonna allow them to play lacrosse on the outfields of 2 of my baseball fields. And we just don't practice anything on baseball but baseball, because when I first come here, they used to practice football on the baseball fields. And when you got ready to play baseball on, they were just a bloody mess. You know, they were awful. So now, we're gonna have that this weekend, and there's no rooms left. They're filled up everywhere, and this is really good. And next year, I'm already talking to them about using Eastridge High School, and they'll use Eastridge High School football stadium, they'll use Eastridge High School practice field, which Andrew's done a great job getting the Bermuda running out there, and it's as good as most fields in town. And then we'll also have the soccer field over there. There was 3 fields there, and we're gonna talk to LPH about using their field over there as well, give us 4 more fields.
Well, this weekend, we're using the Eastridge High School fields for what?
We're not this weekend.
Oh, okay.
No, sir. No, we won't this weekend, but next year, to keep it here. The boys' side of it is run by a company called Monkey Up, and then the women's side is basically ran by 3 coaches at Baylor School. But this Monkey Up's the biggest lacrosse company in the South. They're really good at what they do. So we're excited. It's kind of like our City Cup, which is now 256 teams. It's really grown, so we're happy about it.
Camp Jordan's the place to be.
I love it.
We're gonna be getting a total of 18 benches.
Yes, sir.
How about the cover benches? Is that gonna be possible this time?
What do you mean cover benches?
It is possible this sponsor will purchase 2-4 cover benches. I'm reading it back.
Yes, it's in the memo. I will be more than happy to find out if they are planning on doing that. I did converse with them this afternoon on this stuff, and I will get back with them tomorrow. We'll push them a little bit to buy those.
Where's Tennessee College located at?
I have no idea.
I just wondered if there's
On
a
Third Street, it's on Third Street.
big medical professional
Oh, the
building.
big, yeah, I know where it is.
Maybe we should put a picture of that in the front lobby, get some of the others to sit there and say the competitions went up on you. We give you some more donations.
We can always use donations.
Some of the other medical doctors in there.
We're working on a contract with Dick's Sporting Goods, renewing our contract we had before with them. We added Baskin Robbins
Yes.
in the past 2 weeks to our website. So it basically, if I had a couple more people, we could probably sell a lot better, but we do what we can do when we get time to do it. Kim always finds time to make things happen, so she sold Baskin Robbins. So Mayor, if I ever coach soccer again, we'll have an inn over there.
All right.
Hey, Stunt, tell them about the Adventure Guild being out today.
Oh yeah, by the way, the Adventure Guild did a site walkthrough today. They will start with what they call the low impact stuff, and then the last thing they'll do will be the upper zip line. But they're gonna be putting in the ropes course, they're gonna be putting in the climbing, was it a climbing wall in that, Kim?
Yes.
And then there's also the zip line. So it's gonna be nice when it's out there, and well, like this weekend, can you imagine how much business we would do on it this weekend with all those lacrosse teams out there in between games, not knowing what to do, and all they gotta do is walk down there and jump on the zip line. Well, I think I'm the first one, and if I can make it, anybody else can do it. Either that, or I got a friend in the audience that we're gonna do a tandem on that.
Are you doing it? I'll do it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
For the good information. All right, do we have a motion in regard to the donation, accepting the donation of soccer benches?
Motion to agree.
Second. We have a second, all right. Do we have any comments or questions? Yeah, roll call please.
Vice Mayor Stoll,
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Felton.
Yes.
Councilmember Williams.
Yes.
Mayor Lambert.
Yes. That item is approved. Item E, Resolution 2673.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, authorizing the city to accept a monetary donation from the Freedom Church.
Mayor and Council, I told you a couple of weeks ago that the Freedom Church reached out to us to give us a monetary donation. Tonight, Ms. Lidlander from the church is here as a representative to explain the donation.
Hello, I'm Jessica Licklider. I'm the Outreach Director at Freedom Church Chattanooga. And this year, we have just committed to East Ridge Community Service from our church. And we felt very strongly about donating $500 to the police department. We wish we could do more, but we're working towards that in the future. And we actually discussed what they would use the funds for, whatever they needed. And doing the math, what they were needing, it's actually $504, so I don't know if that would need to be edited. Yeah, we want to round up. We don't want to, we can get one more, what is it? Trauma kit, yeah. He explained it to me. So we were just asking for permission to bless the police department of East Ridge.
Well, first, thank you.
Thank you.
And secondly, if you would like to donate $504, we can approve that. Thank you very much. All right, council, do we have a motion to approve and accept a donation, a monetary donation from the Freedom Church for $504? We have a motion, do we have a second? Second. We have our second. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Stover.
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Felton. Sorry, Felton.
Yes.
Councilmember Williams.
Yes.
Mayor Lambert.
Yes. That item is approved as well. Thank you again very much. All right, next item is item F, Resolution 2674.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, authorizing the mayor or his designee to enter into an agreement with AMEC, Foster, Wheeler, Environment, and Infrastructure, Inc. for construction, engineering, inspection, services for reconfiguration of the I-75 interchange at State Route 8, Ringo Road, Exit 1, including signalization.
Okay, preliminary engineering design plans are completed by Vaughn and Melton. The project is out to bid after receiving notice to proceed last week from TDOT, and the project is now accepting bids. We had about a half a dozen to a dozen engineering firms pick up plans and specs earlier this week. So the next task that we are responsible for is the appointment or selection of an engineering firm, which cannot be Vaughn and Melton. It has to be someone different under TDOT rules and regulations as the primary, to perform the construction engineering inspection services, the CEI, through the construction phase. This is all pretty well controlled under TDOT rules and regulations on what has to be included in CEI services. You have the proposal from AMEC Foster Wheeler. That proposal would be the same for many of the others that we receive because it's fairly boilerplate. This is what you have to provide. An inspector has to be out there anytime work activities going on at the Exit 1 project. Anytime work is being done, an inspector has to be out there, and we're paying for all this. The Social Committee, consisting of Amanda Miller, Kenny Custer, Sam Sayed with Southeast Tennessee Development District, and I, we met and reviewed over the 3 proposals or RFQs request for qualifications for this project. It was our feeling that the firm of Amek Foster Wheeler was probably the best proposal of all three. It was extremely comprehensive, and a solid approach to the project as well as the timetable. So we are recommending to the council the firm of Amek Foster Wheeler for the CEI services associated with the Excellent project. You have a copy of their proposal as well as the professional services agreement. That PSA has been reviewed and modified to our conditions through my office as well as the office of the city attorney. There were some things that we didn't like in there. We changed, we'll make about a half a dozen modifications and basically told them, this is what we wanted, they confirmed. So it contains everything that we want. The cost of this CEI services is in the lump sum, not an hourly basis, but a lump sum of $759,758.67. So this would be for, that's what they say in their proposal, front page of the proposal. The lump sum price is based on a 9-month construction schedule, but it is valid for the construction period of up to 12 months. If we extend beyond that, then we have to go on a time and material basis or hourly basis. This project is in the neighborhood of 7 to 9 months for construction. So I'm asking for your approval to move forward on this. We have a pre-bid meeting next Tuesday. I'd like to have the firm on board tonight so they can be present at this meeting. We were not in a position to formally appoint or select a construction manager for this project until we received the notice to proceed. Why didn't we do this sooner? We didn't get the notice to proceed till last Thursday. So that's why it's on for you tonight. Questions?
Was it lump sum bid?
Yes, sir.
I noticed reading that they will present quantities or hours monthly, and that's when it will be paid. So it's paid, expenses are paid monthly. Is that accurate?
Correct.
It's not all paid out at once.
No. It's based on, I want to send up, yes.
We get that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No advanced payments.
So then they'll record the quantities or hours worked and present it monthly and then
Exactly.
with an invoice.
And those are reviewed by Amanda Miller and myself. However, in this case, they'll also be reviewed, they'll be submitted to us and reviewed by Amanda Miller and myself.
Okay, so you've been doing it all.
Yes, we are both. We do that on all the projects. We have a difference of opinion between her and I. We make the call and find out where the difference is. I think that's happened a couple of times on several projects out there.
Mr. Gable, did you have a
The
question?
gentleman that we're hiring to oversee this project,
Yes, sir?
should he be involved in the monthly expenses to be sure they have been put in?
Yes. They would as well as,
Receipt before we pay it?
the contract
No, sir. The monthly statement is turned in
for their services.
for their services.
Yes.
Should the gentleman that's overseeing this project sign off on the bill before we pay the monthly bill?
Yes.
To be sure that everything's put in,
Yes,
so we won't have a more $3,500
yes,
oversight, so we have to come back and.
yes.
So,
Yes. Matter of fact, they all come to him. He's got the head project manager. I'm not sure who the project manager is going to be. I'll meet that person next week. That project manager who's assigned to this project will have to sign off on everything to turn in, and it has to be backed up by who worked it and the hours, the days and the hours worked and so forth.
So Another question, so the two subcontractors listed here, they will be paid through,
This subcontractors is ASA.
correct?
Primary contractor is AMEC Foster Wheeler. It's just
So they'll be
those
paid by
two.
AMEC. Subcontractors will be paid through AMEC. Sent through-
Yes.
Okay.
And then we receive a bill from ASA, submits it to the project manager for AMEC. AMEC, project manager, signs off on that before I can pay AMEC. And then they pay ASA. It's easier that way going back and forth.
Are there any other questions?
We're certainly excited to get this project moving. We're hoping that the bids are going to be open Tuesday, August 1st at 11 o'clock. And let's hope that we can get this thing quickly approved by TDOT, because once the bids come in, the low bidder has to be, I think the first two bids, the lowest two bids have to be submitted to TDOT for their review. And then they come back and concur, and then we make the formal award. And then it probably takes 10 days to 2 weeks to get all their paperwork together, contract signed, their performance bond, payment bonds, liability insurances, workers' comp, all that other stuff together, get it into us, and then we hopefully want to see ground broken by the end of August. That's my hopes. That is my hopes.
All right. Well, do we have a motion in regard to resolution 2674?
Make a motion to approve.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any other comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Stoll?
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle?
Yes.
Councilmember Hilton?
Yes.
Councilmember Williams? Mayor Lambert?
Yes. The item is approved. Item G now, resolution 2675.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, awarding a bid for gravity sewer repairs at Exit 1 I-75 interchange.
To Hearst. I'm just adding on 2 words, to Hearst. Hearst was the low bidder. Okay, this is in regard to the gravity sewer repairs that we need to make at Exit 1 interchange. First time around, we received no bids. And the reason why, several of the contractors, through our project manager on this was Scott McDonald from SME, was due to the risks associated with the work, particularly the potential for significant additional costs that would be attributed to the retrieval of a stuck hammerhead and equipment in sewer line during the pipe bursting process should this occur, or that the existing line would collapse while they're performing this work. We're actually going to be pipe bursting a line that's been in the ground for over 50 years, and it's 20 to 22 feet deep, a 12-inch line. And we do know from TV cameras from WWTA that it has some fractures, both horizontally and vertically. It's scary. It's scary. Pipe bursting method I've been familiar with for the past 20 years, used to use it several times. Some of my past, there's always a chance of getting the hammer and the equipment that you push through and break the pipe, and then simultaneously you have attached to that the line that you'll form a new pipe going through the process. There is times where you could get the hammerhead stuck. If it's stuck to the point where they can't get it out, we're going to have a problem. That was one of the concerns that the contractors had. Well, there was no provision in these bids which provided us additional costs if we had to do an open cut, which basically means you've got to open up the ground from the top and dig down 20 feet to retrieve, bust the pipe open to retrieve your hammer as well as your equipment attached to that. We have made those provisions in a series of ways. The first one is we amended language in the bid specs that says as follows: Should the pipe bursting fail due to reasons beyond the control of the contractor, the rest of the abandonment of the bursting equipment, repairs to the sewer and infrastructure costs would be addressed under a change order with the contract to be negotiated between the parties, which would be between Hearst and the city. However, should the parties not be able to reach an agreement, the city has a right to negotiate with another contractor for the rescuer and the repair work. That language we had to put in, or we would receive no bids for this project. That was the first concern. The second concern, if we go back to the page where it has the two bids, Hearst Excavating and Portland Utilities. First off, going down on a 12-inch gravity sewer. Number C and number D, the pipe bursting is the labor and installation. You'll see at the very back that the HDPE pipe has already been purchased by me. I already bought it. The reason why is I bought it is because there's a 10-week delivery time on that. If I would have ordered it tomorrow, we wouldn't be doing this work until September. I have to do it now. I have to have that work done by the end of August before they start work on X1. This line goes under 75 and goes under the proposed new location of the on-ramp northbound off of Ringgold Road. This line will not hold the additional 15 feet of dirt, the pressure of that dirt, and the concrete on top of that. It will collapse, could collapse. I don't want that to happen. So that pipe has been ordered. That was about $5,000 or $6,000 to buy to order that pipe. When you go down on the total prices of Hearst, go down that line, you'll see a $40,000 allowance. That $40,000 allowance is if it's needed. If the hammer gets stuck and the pipe collapses, we have to do a bypass pumping system. That $40,000 would help to fray the cost of that, if it's needed. May not be needed. Then you go down and you look at alternative one for $28,700. There is a manhole on the shelf of the I-75 bridge, which we have to get access to. If we can expose that manhole and it's shallow enough, that would be easy fix. However, if we have to dig down into that to find that manhole and locate it and properly trench, we're going to have to expend the additional $28,700. So that's if needed basis. We got a manhole over there that we haven't seen for years and years and years. So we don't know what we're going to do when we cover that up. It could be shallow, it could be way down. So the total amount of this bid is set right now $256,315. However, we may not need, if we can pipe burst through this with no problems, we've got a 97-98% chance that this is standard procedure. And we don't have to do the bypass, and if we can find the manhole and it's exposed very easy up towards the top, then we may not need to spend the $68,700. So what this price is, the total bid is set not to exceed $256,315. That's what I'd like the bid to be awarded to Hearst. Now, going back to the beginning, if we run into a major problem and that equipment gets stuck, but we've got to dig down through an open cut, now we're talking about the big dollars. We're going to have to negotiate a change order on top of this to do that. But that's if everything goes south on this project. And let's keep our fingers crossed that goes as a normal operation. Mr. McDonald feels certain that this would be a standard procedure. Contractors feel the same way. However, we had to put this language in. We had to put the allowance in because if we didn't, these contractors basically say the risk, there's a slight risk out there and I'm not going to get caught if something happens. My equipment gets stuck or if the line collapses. So that's it, kind of short and simple. Not simple, but a summary.
find out about a liability insurance for us?
I haven't gotten anything for you yet at this time. I did meet about I think it was a week ago. A week ago today, I met with TML and our insurance broker as far as a insurance policy. If this were to occur, the worst were to occur, what can we get insurance for on that? They're still working on that. I hope to have something as soon as I have. I'll make a call to you. If it's under $10,000, I can go ahead and authorize it. I would authorize it if it's under $10,000 because I think when you're talking about $256,000, another $10,000 to give us all the insurance in the world for Lloyd's or someone out there to protect us, I want to
Cover another meeting,
absolutely. Yeah, it would. Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
cover another meeting, didn't you?
Yep. Yep.
All right, well, obviously, as we go forward, keep fingers crossed, everyone. We have a motion in regard to item 9G.
Make a motion to approve Hurst Excavating with the stipulations as explained, everything, so.
Not to receive.
Yeah, but not to exceed the 256, 350.
Okay, thank you. Motion and a second. Are there any questions? Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Sewell.
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Hilton.
Yes.
Councilmember Williams.
Yes.
Mayor Lambert.
Yes. Item is approved. Final item on the agenda is Resolution 2676.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, Tennessee, authorizing the city manager to execute revised interlocal agreement with Hamilton County, Tennessee Board of Education regarding transfer of the East Ridge athletic facilities to the City of East Ridge. Can we take this?
Yes, please.
This is just a small amendment. The only amendment is the previous interlocal agreement that was signed by the council contained previously Section 8 that required approval by the Hamilton County Commissioners. Since the execution of that agreement, the commission has taken the position that they don't have an interest in the property, and therefore they don't take a position one way or the other, and that no approval by the county commission is required. So Mr. Bennett has sent back a revised interlocal agreement that removes that requirement for this Hamilton County Commission to approve. That's the only difference. Other than that, it remains the same, and I believe even Mr. Martin, they've already begun the efforts out there. It's been a great job from what I hear, and so this is just firming this back up. So we're about done with the amendment in there.
Okay, do we have a motion in regard to Resolution 2676?
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Are there any questions? Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Sewell.
Yes.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Hilton.
Yes.
Councilmember Williams.
Yes.
Mayor Lambert.
Yes. That item is approved as well. All right, thank you all for being here tonight. Everyone has a good evening and a safe drive home. This meeting is adjourned.